everybody, Kerry from Cheeky Cherry's Face Painting here. Today I'm going to show you how to do my version of a kitty cat. I will be using DFX White, DFX Black and a cake called Oktoberfest from Silly Farm. So let's get started. First of all, I'm going to go in with a muzzle. And just come up my nose a little bit. I'm not going to actually touch my eyes because they're already done. And I just keep patting to make it softer. Give it a more fluffy appearance. So I've left the bottom lip. I'll probably put lipstick and glitter on later. I'll just spray my cake. And I'm going to go in with the darker colours on the outside. Some to help with not having to do too much outlining, as it's got the dark, like a gunmetal grey, it's metallic-y. And go in with the ears. Same on the other side. Just going to angle my sponge slightly and walk it up. So it started with this colour here and walk it up and press on your way round. Sometimes you might have to like tilt the sponge a little, hold it in a different place, pat one end and then the other to get the look you want. Now as you can see, I've got one higher than the other. We'll just go in with the baby wipe in a second and tidy that up. We will use the same sponge, same colour, and we'll come round and meet the muzzle at the bottom. Just take that excess off. Don't ever be afraid that if you think you've done something wrong, the client doesn't know you've done something wrong unless you tell them. And overall, I think I do make a few bloopers, and I do honestly think that I've managed to cover up quite well what I've done. So never be afraid. There we go, a bit better. I'm going to go in with, just squeeze it slightly. I'm using the edge at the moment so that I could get the pointy shape. I like a pointy ear roll on a pussycat. And I'm just going to go in here with the green and the darks. And pat it up so it all comes together. I'm not sure about the colour. Being in October, Halloweeny sort of where I was going at. So I'm going to use it spray my sponge again, drag it across the paint so it's not the edge, and this way I can push it in and squeeze it in and out and work it round so that both bits meet. So I always go corner of the eye to the corner of the mouth. And you might have to press on the outside a bit further, like that, and then on the inside either get your child to close their eyes or look up. Looking up's another good one. Just opens that space for you. I am going to do some outlining. And again, from the corner of the eye to the corner of the mouth, you kind of know where you need to be heading. Straight up. Press more on the outside if you need to. And I quite like this colour in the sense that it has the dark at the one end, the orange in the middle, and then the gold. Because the gold will give it some glisten, metallic-y colour in there. And if there's any of it you think you need to go over, it's not very dark here for me, so I'm just going to use this end orange and pat it in a little. Blend it down. And I'm actually going to come up here with it as well slightly, so it all blends together. And just grabbing hold of it in 2 fingers and pinching the end with the other 2 fingers, just to make it a little smaller, a little more product in one place. And voila! If there's any fluffy edges such as this, you can either leave them, cover them up with line work, or you can get a baby wipe and just right round where you want it all to be. Yeah, I like it. At this point you can add glitter if you want to, and then all of this is dry already, so always go for not too wet. Right, I'm going to use a Low Cornell number 2. I'm quite heavy-handed and things like that don't work for me, so I like to go with a smaller brush, just in case I press a little harder than I should. Then that way the line's not a massive great big line across your face, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to start at the top and I'm just going to outline the ears and bring them into the top of the nose. And it's a long teardrop and it's press. You can twist it if you want to, but I don't always, and pull into the corner of the eye. And then when where the colour splits, I'm actually just going to pull a line that faces outwards so that it looks like the inner part of the ear. I don't get to do cats very often. They're not one that lots of children choose for me. Same again on the other side, heading towards the centre of the nose. And out towards the corner of the eye, where the colour splits. And you have 2 ears. So yeah, this is definitely one I have to practice on myself, because I don't actually get to do cats very often. Right, I'm just going to go around the muzzle area and come up the side of the nose. And I kind of like to give it a little bit of a wiggle, because I don't think they're dead straight. And again on the other side. And everything, I'm heading towards here with everything. So these have come up straight up into the middle, these have come down into the middle, and the same on these here. Pull them into the middle so that there's an invisible dot in the centre. Right, I'm just going to go around my nose, and I'm just going to do a U shape around the edge. And put some little circles on the ends. And then I'm going to follow it down and split the lip. Which on yourself can be really hard to find the centre. Just going to come across the top of the lip. And my paint on my brush is right into the ferrule, just over. I find it helps. Keep the load going. And outline the lips. I try not to put it in where you eat, because when you put the bottom lip on, it presses against it anyway, so, and then otherwise they start blending together, and I don't find it helps. And then it's just a nice horrible pinky black mess. So for the top, I'm just going to do wispy. And aim for like, kind of like flame style hair. Sorry, I'm painting at a funny angle. Just want you to be able to see what I was doing. Make this line a little thicker. And I do all sorts of things. Sometimes I do swirls, sometimes I just do teardrops, sometimes I do jagged lines. I'm actually going to go for teardrops today. And I kind of like to do them short-ish. So I'm just going to pull it in at the eye to make it look like you've got a cat eye. And I'm just going to pull it out and then pull it in. I do also like to put flowers around them. So 3 around the eye. 1, 2, 3. Give you the the cat eye look without having to put black in their eyes. I try to keep paint away from younger children's eyes, adults and teenagers that are wearing makeup. I try to stay away from that as well, because if they've already got it there, it's harder to paint over. So I'm just gonna do exactly the same as what I've done on the other side. Pull out and then in. I didn't want it to have a real harsh, pointy look. I suppose you could if it was as its Halloween colours. Add a little one either side, just to bring it into the muzzle. And I'm just going to add a few dots. Give it whisker marks. And it also helps that I have a piercing. I can miss out one of the dots. I just follow the line up and kind of come out. And if you can make your dots different sizes on its way down, brilliant, because it adds to the effect. In the centre here, I'm just going to add a few wispies to make it look like ear hair. And I'll probably add just a couple of dots under the eyes. Possibly a little bit further down on the cheek. And then once again you could stop there. I'm not going to, I'm going to highlight and use white to highlight with. And this is just a Di Laroni round brush. I think it's a number 2 again. But it has a really nice point to it. And I kind of like my highlighted lines to be tapered off into a small edge. So I'm just going to go down the ear and quickly around the tops of the ear. Highlight a couple of pieces of hair, they don't have to be all of them. Highlighted hairs in the corner. I'm going to just come down at the same point as the eyes. Eyelashes, big eyelashes, kitty eyelashes. And then just highlight in your edges. If you want to. Kitty cats can be done. This whole bit at the top here is pretty much the same on every cat. And as long as you've got the muzzle and the ears, this could be anything you absolutely want it to be. Swirls. You could even make it into butterfly wings if you wanted to. I saw one the other day that had kitty wings and butterflies as the bottom. And you can also add teeth if you want to. Just gonna press down some white dots near the black dots. Give a quick flick on the end of the nose as a highlight. And voila, we are done. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. And please like, subscribe, check me out again, and more videos to follow. Thanks, bye. Right, so I am going to add a bright pink to my lip. And see what I mean about the blackness. It's a nice hot pink. You can go around this if you wanted to. It's up to you. I'm not going to. I'm just going to add glitter. And add some glitter to my kitty cat. I'm going to use Pixie Paint Labyrinth, as it's got the golds and greens and stuff in it. And get a big chunk of it on my brush because I would like to put it under my eye, and it doesn't go over paint very well. So it's kind of one touch. Hold it on the edge as much as you can and just press it down and hope it doesn't disturb any paint. It's a real skill if you can do it. It's not recommended at all. And stick a little in the ears. Going to use the excess around the edges. And this has little dots, little stars, little hexagons in it. Greens, golds, silvers. It's really lush. And it's actually really nice and light to wear as well, so it doesn't make too much mess. Holds on quite well. Absolutely brilliant. Nice and sparkly. Thanks for watching, guys, and please like, subscribe and check me out further, and we'll do more videos and we can learn together. Thanks very much for watching. See you later. Bye.